Good morning and welcome. My name is Chuck Tomasi from ServiceNow, and this is the ServiceNow community live stream that I do every possible day that I can. I'm glad you joined me. Welcome to the show. I'm just getting things set up, make sure everything is working on this end technically. So let me go to YouTube, my channel, somewhere in here. And in the meantime, I will tell you that the purpose of this is for me to go through the community, like questions and whatnot you see back there, provide you with insights, answers, not only to steal from one of my favorite podcasts, Astronomy Cast, not only what I know, but how I know what I know, and how I can show you how to discover those answers as well. Giving you the tools to go forward. This is teach a man to fish or give a man to fish, one of those things. Or a woman if you prefer. There we go. A live stream looks like it's up and running. Make sure that it's muted. It is muted. If you are joining me on the YouTube or Twitch, feel free to jump in. I would love to see you. Gotta look at my cue card here. Love to see you. Give me a shout out on the live chat on either Twitch or YouTube. You can find out more over here. You can also, I encourage you to subscribe to the community channel on YouTube so that you can get notified as new, not just new live streams like this come out, but as other content is released, such as Tech Now that we did yesterday on part 2 of Kingston. That was a whole lot of fun. Also, you can find us over on Twitch. Oop, that's the Knowledge 18 title. I'm getting things backwards. Sorry, still working with the subtitles. You can find us over on Twitch, of course, if you can stream that either at work or at home later. Love to see you there. Go over to the community if you do have a question. Post that in the community so that we've got a system of record that I can reply to it, that others can find it in the future. If you throw a question in the chat of YouTube or Twitch, it's going to get lost in the eventual landslide of content that comes along. There's no real good way to search for that later. Good morning, Mr. TV. I believe if memory serves, I was taught from Florida. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. I also want to encourage you to go to developer.servicenow.com, where you can get a free personal developer instance running Kingston, Jakarta, Istanbul, and use that software to do many of the things that I do here. Experiment, play around, test new features, test plugins that may actually be pay-for products that you may not be able to do in your enterprise, to show, maybe give demos, show value of that. The developer site is also where we have all of our APIs documented. You'll see me reference that periodically throughout this show as well. Also, what do we have? I did this one earlier. Knowledge 18 is coming up May 7th through 10th in Las Vegas. We will be having me and about 20,000 of my closest friends at Knowledge. Wonderful keynotes from our CEO, John Donahoe, through to sessions put on by customers about how they've solved a problem, done an upgrade, implemented a CMDB. If you're looking for information on ServiceNow, this is the place to go. So I highly encourage you to go over to knowledge.servicenow.com and check that out. Let's get started. Put the titles away for now. I think I ran the entire show yesterday with the title on the screen. Apologize for that one. This is the last one of the week. This is the first week that I have done all 5 shows. There's no holidays, there's no business trips, there's no machines burning down that need repair. It's been a long week. This one feels good. I'm glad you were able to join me. If you're able to join me or you're watching this later, thank you very much. Again, if you're just joining now, let's see. Normally, I have a little note in here that says how many are watching. And that's not it. Huh. Just tweaking something one more time. That's my live dashboard. I know, I said it gets started. Someone here? I thought it said how many people are watching at the same time. Oh, I must have reloaded it. There we go, 4. Thank you very much. Getting used to some of the... There's something about YouTube that you can go to a menu twice and it'll show you 2 different menus. It's kind of kooky. Okay, so I usually get started by seeing what's new or what came in overnight. A change has been made to the catalog page, not sure how it's been made. I'll take a look at that. I'm trying to add more columns in data table widget, which I have called from my custom widget, but it's not working. Sounds like a service portal thing. Glide record examples. We get 2 replies to that. Opened about a half hour ago. Reference qualifier not working in portal. Should. Let's just start with that handful of stuff. Change has been made on the catalog page. Not sure it's been made. A change has been made on the catalog page on test instance. Not sure how it's been made. I need to clone the test instance from the production instance, but don't want to lose the change. Any idea how to do that? Depends what you're referring to as catalog page. Is it a home page? Is it a portal page? Hi, Ali. Not sure what you are specifically referring to when you say catalog page. Can you include a screenshot? It could be a category on the catalog. It could be a home page. It could be a service portal page. Once I know that, I can help. Other question. Shouldn't the test instance match the dev instance? If test is different, it might indicate that someone did development in test and not in dev. You could have a larger issue on your hands. Just saying. Okay. Usually I go beyond what the technical question is if I can. Always give them more than they asked for. But we got to know what they're asking for first. Trying to add more columns in the data table widget, which I have called from my custom widget, but it's not working. I'm trying to add more columns in the data table widget, which I have called. Yep. Same thing as the first sentence is the subject. I click on filter button and it will pass the fields to data. This is where screens come in really handy, and we're faced with a lot of code. Very helpful, but I'm sorry, the holiday parties this week are catching up with me, and I cannot spend 20 minutes looking at that much code. I apologize. Perhaps somebody else can look at that. That's one of the hazards you get when you get to the community, is if you put a lot of code in there, you're asking a lot. And you might get some help. It might turn out to be easy. Someone might look at it and go, oh, you need a 1 there. On the other hand, it's just after 6 a.m. and it's been a week of celebrations that are getting a little late. So I'm going to be catching up this weekend. I don't know about you. I hope you're having a wonderful holiday season so far. Glide record examples. Can you provide me real-time scenarios for glide record and script includes? Links below should help you understand better. Yeah, real examples. I'll give you a real example. Hi, yes, I've done some videos on this. I invite you to watch episode 6 of Tech Now for script include information. I'm going to paste that in a second, because when I paste, the editor goes crazy. Again, thank you for joining me if you're watching this live on YouTube. Give me a shout out in the chat. Somewhere I have a chat. Where's my... I can't see the live screen. There it is. Give me a shout out. Love to say hi to you. If you got a question, throw it in the community. If you're watching this later, thank you very much. Okay. For glide record. Glide record is the primary interface, primary API, is the API, I shouldn't say primary, is the API for interacting. It's the JavaScript API, to be more specific. For interacting with the database. An example. Get all incidents. Var inc equals new glide record incident inc.query while inc.next gs.info inc.get display value. If you want to add filters, use the add query method. Like this. Var inc equals new glide record. Incident. Inc.add query. Active true. Get only records where the active field is true. Inc.query. While inc.next gs.info inc.get display value. All right. There are plenty of other methods to use for updating, creating, deleting records. I invite you to read the documentation with examples and watch some of the other videos. There we go. Had a wonderful time at the Phoenix Developer Meetup last night. A lot of great people, a lot of good discussion, wonderful food. That was a good time. Good time. Okay, paste in my TechNow link. Paste in the developer link for Glide Record, which I believe is already in there. Hopefully you're not watching this like in May. You get a Christmas song stuck in your head. That's always fun. Walk around the office sometime and just whistle a Christmas song when it's not Christmas season and see who comes up later. And go, why do I have this song stuck in my head? Okay. Trying to add more columns. Reference qualifier is not working in Portal. Did somebody just respond to this? I didn't look. Yep. Okay. Any error in browser console. Following link should be helpful. Reference qualifier. Have you tried it with single quotes like below? What is the reference qualifier they're trying? Looks like there might be a space in there, but that shouldn't kill it. I haven't heard of reference qualifiers not working in Portal. That one's interesting. Looks like somebody's got it already pretty well in control. If I don't get anything new in here, I'll jump to the inbox and answer a few of those questions. The other thing I like to do early in the morning is see what came in unreplied overnight. So let's see if we can get there. Just trying to add more columns. My dev instance is not working. In high administration, is this a personal developer instance? It should go in instance help space. My instance is not working since I was trying some business rule on incident table. My script got in a loop. Can anyone please help deactivate my business rule? Well, let's find out. let's try it out. ServiceNow.com. Can I get a login? I can get a login. That's a good sign. Can I hop onto that instance? I might have to go to a different screen. Let me tear that off for just a sec. For security reasons. Give my credentials. Get my two-factor authentication. Helps if I put it in the right field. All right. And let's see if we can get on this instance now. There we go. Is it working? Seems to be okay. Color scheme's a little hard on the eyes, but other than that, seems to be pretty good. Hey, Abdul. I was able to get into your instance. It seems pretty responsive right now. What is the name of the business rule you would like deactivated? Here. If you're still having issues after reading this, and let me know what the name of the business rule is you would like deactivated. Okay. I can help with that. Can't always help with personal developer instances, but if it's alive and I can get in, I can help. 4 things in the inbox. Let's continue to look at the unanswered. Bytes software asset management. Roles of requester should be filled with list variable. Not sure what that one's all about, but let's take a look. First scans item. Can we add, you know what? That one intrigues me, just from a legacy standpoint. Can we add logo in beside the fields of Service Portal form widget? Do anything you want with a form widget if you write it yourself. ServiceNow mail transfer agent. How to create connection from instance user password for flow in ServiceNow. Refer to this link. In architects, interesting. Sounds like an integration question. Need to truncate SMS character limit. Can Skype functionality be integrated with chatbot in Service Portal? I think that's a big answer is no at this point, but I like the idea. Schema map is showing columns, location, and company on task table, but table structure is not showing those columns. You mean table structure is not showing? Okay, this will give me something to do probably for the next hour. Retake sysadmin exam. Unimpersonate in auto test. Oh, you impersonate a different user. Okay. Let's start with that just real quick. Let's go back to the unanswered, see if anything new came in. Doesn't look like it. Good morning and thanks for watching. I know some of you probably play this as background noise. Speaking of background noise, I think the garbage man is here. Good to see you this morning. While I was at the developer meetup last night, I got another idea for a new app. I think I just toasted my Christmas break. I'm going to be probably writing another app. But I've got other work to do. Actually, I think it gave me an idea for something to do at CreatorCon. I'm all about repurposing the content. If I'm going to spend my Christmas break writing something, it's going to be repurposed somewhere. Hi, we have a requirement as follows. There is a list variable roles reference table, this is user role, on the form, and there is one more field requester. The roles list will be auto-selected based on requester roles. Do you have some code for this? No, but it shouldn't be too hard to make. IKKR. Well, I don't have any code instantly available. I can point you to resources to help build it. What you are looking for is to start with an on-change client script on the requested for field that triggers an AJAX call, glide AJAX, let's just say that, to the server to get the current roles and populate the list variable. Roles for the user are stored in sys user has a role. You can find out more about client scripts and glide AJAX in episodes 5, 6, and 33 of Tech Now. Nope. First scans. A couple of days ago, I started my discovery scan in company. On first scans, it wasn't so bad, but I have a question regarding some things, and maybe someone can answer for me. After scan of computers, I get the warning, PowerShell process runner was interrupted to complete in 900 seconds. Maybe someone knows the reason why. PowerShell process runner. 900 seconds is 15 minutes. That one's a little beyond my discovery help, sorry. It is a timeout of some sort, but I don't know what would be causing that or why it would be taking that long. Sorting fields. Take a look at this new one. Hi guys, question about finding the two highest numbers. In the incident form, we have 4 choice fields, which can have values 1 to 4. So field 1 is 1 to 4, field 2 is 1 to 4. Now we want to compare these fields so that we find the 2 with the highest number and add a dot in between. So field 1 is 3, 2, 1, 3. The result would be 3.3. Okay. Sample 2, 3.1. Are there only 4 fields? Of course, we can compare the fields using a lot of ifs, but isn't there a smarter solution? Not if there are 4 different fields. It really depends on what the field names are, I suppose. Hi, Soren. It really depends on how you named the fields. If they truly are you under field under 1, you under field under 2, or some other method that has a serialized suffix, you could do it with a for loop. Something like this. Or I equals 0. I less than, let's start with 1. I less than 5, I plus plus, our field name equals u underscore field underscore plus I, var field value equals gr.getValue field name. Another reason why getValue is nice, because you can use a variable as the field name, where gr is a glide record of the fields you want to get. All right, we got stuff in the inbox piling up. I don't want to let the conversations get a little old. Abdul comes back and said, I was waiting and following live community on YouTube. Thank you, Abdul. I don't remember the business rule, unfortunately, but it starts with hiding, and it's a query business rule. Okay, below is a screenshot of my instance. Still dead. Okay. You know what? Let's see if I can bring that up, and maybe we can answer this one live. This might be a rare instance if Abdul is still out there. First of all, thanks for joining. See if it still remembers my main credentials. Yes, it does. I'm going to make that font a lot larger. And look for business rules. Make that even bigger. There we go. System definition business rules. You said it had hiding in there somewhere, right? Hiding duplicate records on the incident table. Is that the one? If you just want to give me a chat in YouTube and just say, yes, that's the one, then I can deactivate it. Give you a few seconds, because there is a latency of about 10 seconds from the time I say something to the time that it actually shows up on YouTube. Meanwhile, I'm going to go look at another one. Yeah, I should be wearing my Santa hat. We'll do that next week, I think. It's not too warm in the studio. Can we add logo in beside the field service portal? I have a requirement to add a logo beside the fields like assign to and add me. The UI macro there in portal, but it's not supported in service portal. I am having, well, UI macro is not going to work very well. UI macros don't work in service portal. I am having no idea how to add that assign to field in service portal. Can anyone please help me on this? The short answer is clone the widget and update it to do what you want with your own JavaScript and AngularJS. The out-of-box widget. Wow, what happened to my cursor? I was just typing and it jumped up a line. The out-of-box widget doesn't do that by default, so you would have to make your own. It's quickest to simply clone the widget and make the mods you need. Let's also throw in a friendly link to cloning a widget. Not sure if you're still watching or not, Abdul. Let me know if this is the business rule you want deactivated. Hiding duplicate records, I believe you said it was on the incident table. Just give me a shout out in YouTube or Twitch, and I will take care of that. Or if I don't hear from you in a minute or two, I'll respond back to that in the community and make sure that that's the right one. Clone widget, paste link. There we go. Next, service portal is a lot of fun. Want to add another column? You see that I'm sort of cherry picking some of these. It's because of my experience with ServiceNow. I am mainly about the platform, custom applications, and integrations. If it gets in too deep into things like discovery or performance analytics, I'm probably not going to be able to touch it. I don't have the depth of experience with that. I know some stuff about a lot of stuff, and I know a lot of stuff about some stuff, but I don't know all stuff about all stuff. That was, she had to put that on a t-shirt or something. That was crazy. Want to add another column in inline edit while editing from list view of table. Curious what that's about. Let's take a look. Screenshots are helpful here. I have one list view of XYZ table, and in that table I have one reference field name assigned to, which is a reference to the user table. Thank you. Now my problem is when I double click on assigned to from the inline edit list view, then I am only able to see name of user, and I need to display user ID as well. How can I add another? Oh. You know, that's a good question, because here's a case. If you're looking at an incident, you got to spell it right. That usually helps. Okay, still waiting for Abdul to get back, so let me post that in there. Bring this one up. Gonna be a big screenshot. Find out if that's the one. Okay. So back to the incidents. I know I jump around a lot when I do that. If you go into an incident and you are looking for the caller, you can see, I didn't even know that was going to work. I just started typing call. But you can see the email here. What they're saying is, discard those changes. If you try doing that from the list, you do not. Let's find that out. Nope, you didn't. Let's see. Wait for it. Wait for it. I don't get anything. There it is. Nope. So they're saying, how do you get that same functionality here so you can see the user ID? Because there may be duplicate names, duplicate display names. I can't think of a way to do that without modifying the display name, but that would be system-wide. Will it work with list v2, perhaps? Let's check real quick. Go to the global scope, so I can modify this. Curious. Disable list v3. That was under list control, by the way. Okay, list. The quick way to figure out if you're using list v2 or v3, list v2 has a box around this little hamburger menu. Okay, let's look for Fred. Works in list v2. Now, the other annoying thing is, once you get used to the list options being in this list menu, you have to start finding some of them under here. It's annoying. Yeah, they moved, and I actually like them better once you get used to the fact that form things are in the form menu, list things are in the list menu, and the header things are in the header menu. You'll find list v2 is kind of confusing that a lot of list things were in the header menu. Okay, seems to be an issue with list v3. So there's two options. Anihar, a little experimentation shows this happens with list v3. Yeah. Doesn't seem to be an issue with list v2. So you have two options that I see. Option 1. Disable list v3 on that list and continue using list v2. Option 2. change the display value of the user table, change the name field, calculated value, to include the user ID. So instead of seeing Chuck Tomasi, it displays Chuck Tomasi 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, for example. This will impact this affects here. Note, this impacts the way users are displayed throughout the system. See what happens. Okay, we get some discussions going here. See what's happened back here. Nothing new. We did get a like on here. Thank you, Aziz. Thank you, Abdul. Change has been made to the catalog page. Let's see. Ali was talking about the catalog page. Sorry, I mean service catalog page and item been added there. Not sure the tables and list been attached to it. Not sure it's connected to, but I just want to make sure I'm not going to lose it. If a new item has been shown up, hi Ali. If a new item shows up on the page, it's probably because an item has been added to the catalog. Not a physical change to the page. The page simply renders data from other tables. If it doesn't show in prod, then, and you do a clone, you may very well lose that change. Again, a screenshot with callouts would be helpful. Okay. I did ask for a screenshot before. Refresh. And is that the right business rule? Yes, that's the one. By any chance, can you help me with what mistake I made in the script? I'm trying to fetch unique records referring with number, and I'm trying to hide those. Okay, let's take a look. Hide duplicate records. This is a before query business rule. And the idea here is you're adding a filter, not returning a result. Do we have an issue with lots of duplicate numbers? This, we're using a glide aggregate, which is going to be really fast. But then we're doing a glide record query. The duplicate check, though, is just going to return a number. When you ask for a count, it's going to group by number. Okay, I see what you're getting at. And then this smells of a bigger issue here. How did we get all these duplicate numbers, and why don't you want to show them? Are they duplicate records, or because the number is really just a label for the record? If it's a unique record, it's going to have a unique sys-ID. So if I have, say, two incidence numbers 33, and one of the 33s is for email down and the other 33 is for can't print, for example, I don't necessarily want to hide one of those, and this doesn't really tell me which one I should hide. Or do you want to hide both? If they are truly, in fact, duplicates, and both of the 33s are from the same person, for the same issue, on the same date, we got a larger issue somewhere that you may need to track down. And simply hiding these isn't going to do you any good. It begs of a larger question. I'm reluctant to dig in and to show you how to hide duplicate records because A, it may be a performance issue as you display the list, because it's got to run this query every time you show the list or every time you bring up a record. That's, hopefully that you understand that. I'm just going to summarize this in here in case anybody comes looking later. This smells, this sounds like there's a larger issue going on. Explained it during the live stream. Why do you want to hide duplicate numbers? Are they duplicate records that need cleaning up? Or is there something else I'm not understanding? Sounds like a patch to fix a larger underlying problem. Let's see about addressing the underlying problem. Okay. Fingers are flying today. Back to the inbox. Let's see what we get. Sorting fields. Yes, but in this way you only get the last field and its value. Not necessarily if you put it in an array and sort them. You can put the values in an array and sort them. Take the two top ones and concatenate them. I was simply showing you how to get the value from a field by constructing the field name. Example. All right, let's flesh this out a little further. Using a text editor so I don't have to keep pasting things. Excuse me. So let's do var list equals oops, semicolon would be nice there. And let's do list dot push f value list dot sort. I believe that goes smallest to largest. Var output equals list dot 2, 3, because you want the biggest one, right? Plus dot plus list dot 2. A little bit of JavaScript. Okay. Clean that up just a wee bit. Example of very untested code. You know, it's always when I put that disclaimer in that people say, hey, it worked great. And if I don't put the disclaimer in, you go, it didn't work. Keep in mind when you get code from the community, it's not necessarily meant to copy and paste and work. You may have to update fields, tables, variables. Wiki not opening. Oh, we got rid of the announcement that says the wiki's going away. I'm going to check that and I'm going to search for wiki retiring. This should be a surprise to no one. Copy that link. Wiki's not opening. Is there a problem? It's not opening. Redirect me to docs. The wiki's really helpful. Hi, Sukron. This has been in the works for about a year. The deadline for cutoff was very well announced ahead of time and turned off on 10 December 2017. It was helpful, but it wasn't scalable. That's really what it boils down to. It had advantages, I'll admit. But they are actively focusing on the doc site right now. As you can tell, just from looking at it, we've got the ability to sort things out by versions, which wasn't available. Look, we've got 5 versions on here right now. When we had 5 versions on the wiki, it got to be a really big mess. If you went to clone a widget, it would say this isn't available in Geneva. There's always a footnote in there about the version. The fact is, this page won't even show for Geneva. If I look for clone a widget and I'd have just Geneva checked, there's no service portal, so there's no widgets in Geneva. It came out in Helsinki. It helps eliminate a lot of the confusion around that. Okay, how are we doing? It's 1/4 to the hour. Thank you for watching. Let me go back to my unanswered questions. See if anything new came in. We would like to know if it is possible to watch IDEA through its promotion to demand, then through demand lifecycle, all in one widget. Boy, we are getting lots of service portal stuff this morning. I'm going to take a moment and see if I can clean out some of these from the backlog that I opened up earlier in today's show. ServiceNow Mail Transfer Agent. Get that up where I can read it. Hello, a couple of emails coming from ServiceNow are going into the junk folder in our organization. ServiceNow MTA is outbound 01.servicenow.1 with a certain IP address. My question is there only one MTA and is it usually dedicated to one company? Or is there an easy way to check it? We would like to add this to our approval spoofers list. That's a good question. And I am going to check Gmail because I had my dev instance and one of my production instances sending to my Gmail account. I've never looked at Gmail so tiny before. In trash. IT service desk. There's one. But I want the instance name dev20465 at servicenow.com. See if I can look at the headers on this thing. Where's it from? Where's it from? Where's it from? Spam, show original, translate message. Bring it down. Mailed by servicenow.com. I'm not seeing that in the header. The other option, I don't know if it's going to be on the instance itself. In the outbox. Let's go back to the mailbox. Slow browser, take a drink. Outbox. Not necessarily created on today. Oh, sent. I'm sorry. Probably nothing sitting in the outbox. Sent Fred Luddy. Reply to, message ID, content, ServerNow source. I'm not seeing it in the header there. Must be added after it gets sent by the MTA. Very good question. I need to see email headers. You know what? See all email headers in Gmail. Open your message, click the down arrow on the top right, show original. Down arrow on the right, show original. Woohoo! Didn't know about that. Learn something new every day. Okay, delivered to, received by. Hopefully I'm not giving away any security here. Authentication, SMTP mail from. What did they say the name was? Outbound service now. Okay. Outbound. Oh, I got outbound 16 from this one. Okay, let's go take a look at a different one that came in from anything? Anything? I thought I received email. No? Okay. Look at my employee instance, because it did come up with something for that, right? Ooh, there's one. No, just says you want to send it to that one. Rats. No message. Find any? There we go. Show Jonathan Strickland. Show original. Outbound. Outbound 01. I wonder if outbound 01 is for the productions and 16 is for the personal developer instances. That's a definite possibility. Let's check some other ones. Like, let's just see if there's any at servicenow.com messages. Where did this one come from? This is my old personal developer instance. That'll be a good sample test. Show original. This is kind of a handy feature. Outbound. Not found. Outbound. Interesting. Oh, that was an email going back to the instance. Okay. Search. Look way down in the dirt for an older one. There we go. There we go. Let's see what it was several years ago. Show original. Outbound 01. Yeah, I feel fairly confident in saying that that's the outbound server for customer instances. So let's close up that. Close up that. And I did some checking on various messages I received from instances over the years. And I can say with fair certainty that outbound 01 seems to be the MTA that I see for customer production instances. There's another one in use, outbound 16, for my personal developer instances. But 01 is the only one that I found for the other, for the non-personal use instances. I offer the data that I found. Okay, well, I was exploring that. Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are, or whenever you're watching this. Thank you for joining me. My name is Chuck Tomasi. I am going through the ServiceNow community and seeing what I can answer this morning. Hopefully you'll find this educational, informative, maybe a little entertaining. The idea is I am articulating the thoughts that go through my head on how I can solve some of these questions so that you might be able to solve them yourself should you run into something similar, or at least understand the process of how I arrived at the answer I did, whether it's right or wrong. And I'm here to learn a few things too. How to create a connection. You know what? Let's check the inbox. It's piling up again. I like to end on a high note and say that this is empty at the end. I want to add a drop-down list to a report. Marked this correct. I want to create a number of tasks created. I did talk about responsive dashboard. They marked that correct. Cool. Thank you, Craig, for Tech Now episode 43. And a minute or so ago, I have created a report for the number of incidents per month with priority. I want to add the interactive filter to select the incident by selecting the priority and also selecting a particular month. In interactive filter, I can select the priority checkbox and add it to the dashboard, but not displaying the month checkbox. How do I create the month checkbox for the filter? That I don't know. Somebody's going to have to come up with that. Better place to ask, I might be reporting in performance analytics. It's done. I personally don't know the answer to that. However, if you ask that specific question in a new thread in the reporting, performance analytics and reporting, thank you. Space, I suspect someone with deeper knowledge. Woo, can't spell knowledge today. That's a bad idea. Knowledge on reporting can assist. Okay, it's all about getting your questions to the right audience, right? I may not be the right audience all the time. My dev instance is not working. Pesh said, wonder why ServiceNow does not unique index the number field out of the box. Normally it would be, but if somebody resets it, that's a potential problem. Because numbers are just strings. And they don't have to be unique. Should they be? Sure. The only thing that really needs to be unique is the sysid. That's your GUID for a record. Numbers are managed by the number maintenance tables, and since you can at any time change the value, you could have duplicates. Or if you import it from another system, you could get duplicates that way. I've done that before. Your number management is currently counting in a range already used by the imported records. Okay. Do that. Sorting fields. Talking to Soren about using a sort. Cool, that's the solution. Don't forget to mark it correct, so that others can find it. Okay. They're helpful from Soren on sorting fields. Field watcher to incident state field. Vishal, earlier this morning, we were working on why does my field watcher make a mess of my choice list on incident state? And I said, does this happen on any other fields? He said, no. And I said, is it browser specific? And somebody else came in and said, it's working for me. And that's what I said. I'm unable to reproduce this. No issue for me, working fine. Okay. Sounds like we just need an answer to this. Yes, other choices are showing with the field watcher. So I said, is it specific to state? How about your category? Environment seems fine. So there's something about incident state and the field watcher that I'm not following on here. So I'm curious if it's browser specific or not at this point. We just got to narrow down the variables. Okay, wiki is going away. Sakran says, wiki have enough information to get knowledge compared to recent news site. Really sad for this. Any idea how to get the old wiki information through PDF or download? No, it's gone as far as I know. edited information from the wiki. My recommendation would be without time travel. Not really. It's now considered obsolete and unsupported information. It only went up through Fuji. If you do have recommendations how to improve the new doc site, let them know with the, I think there's a feedback thing on the bottom of almost every page. Yes? Contact us. I thought there was. I thought there was. There was a... not more sites. Is it on a page? Share, feedback, topic, down, 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 down. Send feedback. With the feedback button on the bottom of any page. Like that. You know what? I wonder if archive.org has it. wiki.servicenow.com. Yeah, that one. (2017). Look at all the hits. That's kind of cool. People have been getting, since we announced it's going away, it's getting a lot more popular. Well, let's look at November 29th. How in depth can we get there? 301 response at crawl time. Main page. All right, sure, why not? Is it still loading? It's still loading. Let's go back down here. I just had a late idea. How about accessing it through archive.org? I wouldn't use any links from it as a reference, but if you just want to see what you missed, might work. You might even be able to get a PDF out of it. Try that. Good old archive.org's time machine. What are you going to do without it? Okay. Let's see if we can finish these last few off and clean out the inbox, because it has been an hour. I have had a lot of fun, learned a lot. Thank you, Soren, for marking that correct. Lisa has mentioned the CreatorCon challenge is coming up. CreatorCon is part of Knowledge. It is the developer track, and we have a massive competition coming up to the tune of about $1 million in prize money. The CreatorCon challenge is for those of you who are writing applications and may want to start your own business. So we have some venture capitalists coming in, and you get to enter your application, your competition to that, and they will decide if you win, if it is worth funding. We had one last year that had half of that prize money, $500,000. There was, I believe, $100,000, $150,000, and $250,000 prizes. So somebody won $250,000 to get their business kickstarted for an application that runs on ServiceNow. Pretty sweet. We're looking to do the same thing again this year, double the prize money. Fred Luddy, the founder of ServiceNow, who has since retired about 1.5 years ago, will be coming back. He will be part of that venture capitalist panel that judges these. So very exciting. Very, very exciting. On the 12th, that's what that event was for. On the 12th, we will be doing an event to show you what it's about. I'll go through a demo real quick on how to build an application and publish to the store. and we can take it from there. It's going to be a lot of fun. So sign up, go over to the community, look for the CreatorCon Challenge, and you will find it there. I believe, don't quote me on this, but I believe on the developer site, on the main, we've got stuff that's on the main homepage. Submit a presentation. I thought call for speakers was closed. If the scroller will get us to the next one. CreatorCon Challenge. There we go. So if you want to learn more, go over to developer.servicenow.com. Click that banner on the top that says CreatorCon 2000 or CreatorCon Challenge, and get entered. You never know. Pagination display on IE. This is a message from yesterday. They're looking at how do the upgrade, and obviously you could either upgrade to Kingston, but I think they were looking to upgrade to Istanbul patch 10A or Jakarta patch 6. You can find out what your current, let's see. What did I do? Somehow I got over here. I lost my inbox. Hate it when that happens. Go back to the inbox. This is going to be a bit of a mess because now it's going to mark that as already read. And I have to go find it again. Where is it? Where is it? It was... What about upgrade, right? Found here. Still looking. Thought the response came in yesterday. Rats. Streamlining your service now upgrade. No. That's been rescheduled. That was info from yesterday. Now I can't even remember what the subject was. Field Watcher, we already answered that. Impersonate, pagination. That's what it was. It was that thread. Okay, so they were looking to upgrade. The short answer is if there's a patch available on your personal developer instance, ServiceNow usually upgrades it for you. If you want to find out what version you are currently using, go to the navigation filter on the left and type stats.do, click enter, and check out the first few lines. Here's mine. Stats.do, not states.do. Enter. Take a picture just for fun. Just for instructional videos. Is that serverlet stats? I'm running Kingston patch nothing. Inbox, inbox, inbox. There it is. Running Kingston patch 0. I believe Jakartas are up to 5 or 6, but I can't remember. All right. 2 left in the inbox. 3 left in the inbox. We're just having a great old time with these discussions. All right. Does that answer your question? Sorry for mumbling. I shouldn't do that. I do have a microphone. I should learn to use it one of these days. I got a like from Gaurav. Thank you very much. A couple of emails coming from ServiceNow are going to the junk folder. We talked about the delivery. Thanks a lot, Chuck. Do you know if IP address of the MTA is uniquely assigned to a customer instance or is globally used by all ServiceNow customers? Should have checked. If it's that, I don't know. I wouldn't think that it changes for each customer. That would be a bit of a DNS nightmare in my opinion. But I cannot say for certain. With 100% certainty. Alrighty. I have to stop looking, otherwise I get sucked into this hole for another half hour. That's the way it goes. I do have to get a lot of work done today. It's going to be a very busy, very long day, including a meetup with some coworkers tonight. So thank you very much. It's been a lot of fun. I'll play my music here on the end. And I will see you, with any luck, I'll see you Monday morning, same time, or if you're watching this on the video later. Thank you. Thank you for watching on Twitch. Thank you for watching on YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe so that you get the announcements when these and other videos go live from the ServiceNow community. I'll talk to you later. Bye.